What if I told you that every mistake you've ever made was actually a hidden opportunity? Sounds crazy, right? But here's the truth. Mistakes aren't just failures. They're stepping stones to success. Stick around, because today, we're uncovering the underestimated potential of mistakes and how you can use them to transform your life, your leadership, and even your future. By the end of this video, you'll see mistakes in a whole new light, and you'll know exactly how to turn every misstep into a breakthrough. Let's be real for a second. Nobody likes making mistakes. They're embarrassing, frustrating, and sometimes downright painful. We've all been there, whether it's messing up a presentation, making a bad decision, or failing at something we really cared about. But here's the thing. Most of us have been taught to fear mistakes, to avoid them at all costs. We see them as signs of failure, proof that we're not good enough. But what if I told you that's completely wrong? What if mistakes are actually one of the most powerful tools you have for growth, learning, and success? Think about it. Some of the greatest breakthroughs in history came from mistakes. Penicillin, the microwave, even the Post-it note. All of these were accidental discoveries that changed the world. So why do we still see mistakes as something to be ashamed of? Why do we let them hold us back instead of pushing us forward? By the end of this video, you'll not only understand the true potential of mistakes, you'll know exactly how to use them to your advantage. Let's dive in. Here's the hard truth. We live in a world that's obsessed with perfection. From social media to the workplace, we're constantly bombarded with messages that tell us we need to get it right the first time. No room for errors, no room for messing up. But here's the problem. That mindset is holding us back. When we're afraid of making mistakes, we stop taking risks. We stop trying new things. And worst of all, we stop growing. Think about it. How many times have you held yourself back because you were afraid of failing? Maybe you didn't apply for that job because you thought you weren't qualified. Maybe you didn't start that business because you were scared it wouldn't work out. Or maybe you didn't speak up in a meeting because you were worried you'd say the wrong thing. Sound familiar? The fear of making mistakes doesn't just limit our potential. It stifles our creativity, our confidence, and our ability to innovate. But here's the good news. It doesn't have to be this way. What if I told you that mistakes aren't the enemy? What if they're actually the key to unlocking your full potential? That's exactly what we're going to explore today. Let's start by redefining what mistakes really are. At their core, mistakes aren't failures, they're feedback. They're lessons wrapped in uncomfortable moments. But here's the catch. Most of us don't know how to unpack those lessons. We get so caught up in the embarrassment or frustration that we miss the goldmine of insights hidden within our mistakes. So, how do you start learning from your mistakes and using them to your advantage? Let's break it down step by step. First things first, you need to change the way you think about mistakes. Instead of seeing them as failures, start seeing them as experiments. Every mistake is a chance to test a theory, try a new approach, and learn something new. Take Thomas Edison, for example. He famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." When he was inventing the light bulb, he didn't see each failed attempt as a setback. He saw it as a step closer to success. And that's the mindset you need to adopt. Here's a practical way to start. The next time you make a mistake, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Instead of beating yourself up, focus on the lesson. Maybe you missed a deadline because you underestimated how long a task would take. That's valuable feedback for next time. Maybe you said something in a meeting that didn't land well. That's an opportunity to improve your communication skills. When you shift your mindset, mistakes stop being something to fear and start being something to embrace. They become stepping stones, not stumbling blocks. Next, you need to dig into the mistake and figure out what went wrong. This isn't about beating yourself up. It's about understanding. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? What worked and what didn't? Let's say you made a mistake at work. Maybe you missed an important detail in a project, and it caused a delay. Instead of dwelling on the mistake, break it down. Was it a lack of preparation? Did you need more information? Were there gaps in communication? For example, I once worked with a leader who made a costly error in a client presentation. Instead of panicking, she took a step back and analyzed what went wrong. She realized she hadn't spent enough time understanding the client's needs. So, she used that insight to improve her preparation process for future presentations. And guess what? Her next presentation was a huge success. When you analyze the lesson, you turn a mistake into a roadmap for improvement. It's not about dwelling on the past, it's about using the past to create a better future. finally, use what you've learned to take action. This is where the magic happens. Mistakes only become valuable when you apply the lessons to your next steps. Let's say you made a mistake in a presentation. Maybe you stumbled over your words or forgot a key point. Instead of letting that shake your confidence, use it as motivation to practice more. Record yourself, rehearse in front of a friend, or refine your delivery. Or maybe you made a mistake in a relationship. Maybe you said something hurtful or didn't show up when someone needed you. Use that as an opportunity to improve your communication or strengthen your emotional intelligence. The key is to take what you've learned and apply it. When you do that, you're not just fixing the mistake. You're growing stronger and more capable. And that's how you turn setbacks into stepping stones. Here's the game changer. Mistakes aren't just inevitable, they're essential. They're the way we learn, grow, and innovate. When you stop fearing mistakes and start embracing them, you unlock a whole new level of potential. You become more resilient, more creative, and more confident. Think about some of the most successful people in the world. Oprah Winfrey was fired from her first job as a TV anchor. Steve Jobs was ousted from Apple, the company he founded. J.K. Rowling was rejected by 12 publishers before Harry Potter was accepted. What do all these people have in common? They didn't let their mistakes define them. They used them as fuel to keep going. And that's the power of mistakes. They're not the end of the road. They're the beginning of something better. When you embrace mistakes, you stop fearing failure and start thriving in the face of it. So let's recap. Mistakes aren't failures, they're feedback. They're opportunities to learn, grow, and improve. By shifting your mindset, analyzing the lesson, and taking action, you can turn every mistake into a stepping stone for success. Remember, every great leader, innovator, and creator has made mistakes. What sets them apart is how they respond. They don't let mistakes hold them back. They use them to move forward. And you can do the same. When you embrace mistakes, you stop fearing failure and start thriving in the face of it. You become more resilient, more creative, and more confident. And that's how you unlock your full potential. Now it's your turn. What's one mistake you've made recently, and what did you learn from it? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your stories. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to Everyday Mindset for more tips on leadership, growth, and personal development. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.